Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Let me just make sure my volume is on. It's been a couple of days since I've been on here. Um, I had took a little break, and it looks like I'm coming in a little bit slow. It's raining here in New York City. Um, so if you're watching, let me know you're here. Um, just gonna get ready here. It's raining in New York City. It's a crappy day. I'm supposed to head into the city from Brooklyn because, hi, my Aunt Gail. I'm supposed to head into the city today because my friend Melissa is here from Boston. I haven't seen her. We went to high school together. I haven't seen her since our 20-year high school reunion like 5 minutes ago. So it's going to be great to connect with her. She's here on business for the week and she's got some time. Hi, Malls. How you feeling? Um, so she's got some time. I'm going to catch up with her, but it's raining and it's crappy and it's no fun to trudge through the city in the rain. Anyway, those are very small problems to have. It is today we're choosing our happiness. We're going to talk about it in just a second, but I am wishing a very happy birthday to my main little guy who woke up this morning all giddy that he's finally, hi Jackie, that he's finally 5 years old. We've been counting the sleeps, and we had his Ninja Turtles birthday party up at the lake house in Connecticut over the weekend with all of our lake friends. And he is having a cupcake party at school and a cupcake party at his after school program. So he is going to be all sugared up for when he comes home later. And so I was like, I said to Will this morning, I was like, I'm thinking we don't do a birthday cake tonight because he's going to have birthday cake all day basically today. So I'm still mulling that over. I might uh, pick up a cake for him later that I will eat in the middle of the night. So I'm not sure that's going to happen either. Anyway, so happy birthday to Elias. And it's a rainy day here. And today we are talking about choosing your own happiness. And thanks, Jackie. I will tell him you said happy birthday. Uh, he likes me to read all of the Facebook happy birthdays that he gets. Wyatt does the same thing. Um, we're choosing happiness today because here's why. I like when the universe speaks to me, and I like to talk about it because I believe in that stuff. And the last couple of days I've been seeing choose your happiness, you make your own happy, like all the kinds of universal positivity messages on Facebook, just in random places. And I spent the day with my cousin Jen yesterday, who I haven't seen in a couple of months. Well, since before Christmas. So it was nice to hang out with her. But we're talking about, we were taking a stroll down memory lane because she and I are very close in age, and we're close friends. And for a time, we both lived in Manhattan together at the same time with our husbands, and they ended up moving into the same building that we lived in after September 11th. So they didn't live there before 9/11 happened the way that we did, but they moved in after, and they lived um, like 2 floors below us on the other side of the building. So she and we had our first babies together. And um, so yesterday she came into the city because she's got a lot of stuff going on, and we haven't seen each other. And I'm showing her how to do a few things. And we took a walk down memory lane yesterday because both of our older boys are 11, and we like to compare notes. She's raising him and her son in the suburbs. I'm raising mine in the city. Are they doing the same things? Are they seeing the same things? Are their friends similar? How are they growing up? And I think for the most part, they're pretty similar. They're both smart, nice kids. And we are also very active parents. Like Jen runs around and, takes her kids all over the place, and I run around and take my kids all over the place. And we started talking about, the lives that we've made for each other separately and for our kids. And happiness came up a lot, choosing happiness. And we talked about our parents and some of the struggles that they've gone through in their lives with their health and things. And her grandfather, she recently lost her grandmother, and her grandfather is 92 years old or something close to that age. And he lives on his own, and he drives to the grocery store, and he does his grocery shopping, and he takes himself pretty much to the doctor whenever he has to go. And like she said, it's amazing to see how a 92-year-old man who lived with his wife for 60 some odd years has chosen to move on with happiness and not with sadness and remorse and mourn and all that kind of stuff. And so we started talking about that, for several different people in our lives. And, you know, it is a choice. Happiness is a choice. And, after I spoke to her and saw her, and, I mentioned Elias because, it's his birthday today, number one, but number two is he's like the happiest person I know. And maybe it's because he's only 5 and he doesn't really know anything other than, throwing a tantrum or any of that kind of stuff. He's not really affected by the outside world so much yet. But he's always got a smile on his face, that kid. And he's always like just trying like to smile and get a smile out of people. Like I don't know that he's going to be the class clown, but he definitely has like a ham streak in him. And so he wants to make everybody laugh, and he wants to put on a show. And like, even when he's crying, like, and he's smiling through his tears. So I wonder sometimes if it's a thing that you can choose, happiness, as a young child, or if as you go through your life and you are faced with certain hurdles or whatever obstacles in your way, the way you choose to overcome them is important. And so I think choosing happiness is probably one of the most important things whenever you're, looking at your life and looking at the things that you want to accomplish and raising our kids and having our relationships. And I always lean toward the optimist side. You guys know that about me. I'm a professional optimist, I think. I try to find the lining in the cloud, the silver lining in the cloud every single time. And I think it has served me well. But there are people, in my life, and there are people out there who don't see it that way. And so I was having this conversation with Jen yesterday because she's, launching her own branch of a business, and she's really excited about it. And I said to her, she's like, you get on these lives and you just get on there and you start talking and you are very animated. And she's like, I like, Jackie, because you don't like to do them. She's like, I am more reserved and I'm afraid of what people are going to say. And I was like, guess what? You can't give a fuck about what anybody's going to say. Pardon my French. It all has to be like, you have to do things for you sometimes. And when you're trying to build a business and build a brand and try something new for you, you can't worry about what everybody else thinks. And you have to choose that. You have to make that choice. And it's a hard choice to make because we all live with, the person over our shoulder saying, you're never going to be able to do that. That's never going to work. Or we wonder what people are saying after we put up a blog. I always wonder what people are saying after I put up a blog post. Are they going to get mad at me after I say something maybe a little bit more controversial than some people might not want to hear? I'm constantly wondering that. Like, I wonder what they think or what they're saying, or is it going to stop me from speaking? Not so much. Because I have realized that, first of all, somebody might think something for about 37 seconds, but they're not dwelling on it. So nobody's sitting in their room right now thinking about me and what I'm saying and what that impact is. I don't think. And if they are, then great. And hopefully I'm impacting you in a positive way. And that makes me happy. But I don't like receive negative energy from people. I don't allow that to come into my orbit. And I had this conversation with Will a little bit this morning because we were talking about the book, and I'm like progressing along in the process. And so we're talking about editing and professional stuff, and we're talking about publishing and all and that kind of thing. And I said to him, I was like, you haven't really said anything out loud about what you think about this. And he was like, I'm excited for you. I think it's very exciting, this whole thing that's happening to you in a very short amount of time. He's like, but I am protective and I have a little bit of a skeptic in me, and I don't want you to be taken advantage of, and I don't want you to, go in this with wide eyes and not have, reality happening around you. And I don't think that I'm doing that. I think I'm doing a lot of homework, and I'm doing a lot of soul searching and research on who I'm working with. But I see his point. And then I kind of took that the wrong way, I think, because I was like, so you're telling me that you're not proud of me, and you're telling me that um, like you don't think this is going to work. And he was like, no, I didn't say any of those things. So, you know, there's always there's hesitation in all of us. And there's always a little bit of negativity in all of us. And you have to work really hard sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes to overcome that and choose the happiness. And so I was like putting my makeup on a little while ago, and I was thinking about our conversation, and I was like, you know what? I'm not allowing that to like move into my day. And so I'm going to go book my airline tickets and do what I need to do to move forward with progressing, you know, the Why Am I Yelling brand out to where I want it to be. So I'm choosing my happiness over some skepticism that, transpired this morning. And then then I got an email from my cousin last night, but I didn't read it till this morning. And like the last line of her email was like, I'm so happy for you because you look so happy, and you are like, I feel like you're sure of what you're doing, and I think that's great. And so my message is really, when you are faced with a situation, or really just every day, just wake up and express gratitude for the fact that you A, have opened your eyes, and B, are surrounded by, people that love and support you, hopefully. And if you're not, then surround yourself with those people and choose to put the right people in your path. And it's okay if you don't have some of those people in your path right now, because they will come along. And it's also okay to distance yourself from people who are not serving you, and you're not serving them in the same or similar capacity. And that's a whole different conversation. That's not about choosing happiness. That's just choosing, um, the right thing for you at the right time. And that's really just how life kind of moves along. So we're not even going to, like, I'm not dwelling on that. Like, I want to talk about, like, we're choosing happiness today, for a multitude of reasons, for life, for Elias's birthday, and just because we all have a lot to be thankful for, and we all have a lot to be happy for. Um, you know, and it can be like the smallest thing. Like, I'm happy that my kids are both healthy and they went to school today, and I don't have one of them home, even though Wyatt was like, my throat hurts. I was like, you don't have a fever, get out of my house, make a good choice and feel better. See you later. Bye. Um, because that's how we roll around here. So that's my story. Choose happiness. Wherever you are, whatever it is that you're doing, and whatever your situation is, try to find the silver lining in whatever cloud, if there is a cloud in your situation. Try to find the silver lining and the optimism around it. Try to learn from it and try to choose the happiness that lives in it, because there's happiness in everything, I like to think. Maybe, kind of, sort of. What else is happening? Hi, Renee. Mwah. What else is happening? It's Love Month. It is February 7th. It's Love Month, and Why Am I Yelling? And this week we started our challenge. Yesterday, it's all prompts this month. So anybody can join the challenge at the Why Am I Yelling Facebook group. So if you're not part of the Facebook group, get in the Facebook group. Jackie's going to put the link right there. It's Love Month, and every day Jackie and I crafted questions for the next 2 weeks, Monday through Friday. I don't think we have Saturday and Sunday. And every day we're putting up a question, and I want you guys to answer the question. So like yesterday was, what was the best date you ever went on? Today is, what was the worst date you ever had? And I had to dig deep for that one, but I put it in there. So go to the post in the Facebook group and find out what I wrote, because it's, I had to really dig. I'm a serial relationship haver, so I didn't really date. I've only been on like maybe 10 dates in my life, maybe. So that was, I had to think about that for like, I thought about it all weekend really, because I had to think of something and come up with something. And I found one. There was one. So they're fun prompts. They're fun conversation havers. I think it's a really fun thing to do for Valentine's Day coming up next week. We're going to talk about, our relationships and our husbands and how we got engaged and how we got married and all that kind of stuff. So it's fun and it's lighthearted, and I want everybody to participate because I want to know more about you. I want to know more about your, a date that never ended up happening counts. Yes. Put it in there. Tell us about your date that didn't end up happening, because that's a crappy date. So that's the story. So that's what's happening in the Why Am I Yelling Facebook group. We are live on Thursday at 11:30 with Deva Logan. She is a relationship and sex expert. That's going to be fun for right before Valentine's Day. I cannot wait to talk to her. I really can't wait to talk to her, actually. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Jackie, I want your doozy. I want you to put it up there. You didn't put anything up there yesterday. Everybody participate in the Facebook group challenge. It's going to be super fun. That's it. I have to run to the city and maybe get Elias a birthday cake on my way home and see some friends that I haven't seen in a long time. So I'm looking forward to seeing Melissa, and I'll check in back here tomorrow for day 3 of the challenge with the prompt for tomorrow. But if you haven't already gotten in there, get into the Facebook group and do that. And that's it. I hope you guys are all having a great day. I'm hoping the sun comes out, although somebody did say that it might snow. Not sure how I feel about that. I was bitching about the other day how we don't have any snow, but it's like February now, so I don't really want it. Like, I think it needs to be over. Daylight savings is happening, and every day I'm like, oh, look, it's 5:41 and it's still light outside. That makes me so happy. I love daylight savings time. Jackie, I will get him cake just to make you happy. And then I will Skype you at 11 o'clock tonight while I'm eating that cake, because it's going to be on my ass and nobody else's. Okay. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.